Good morning. Hello, everyone. Today is Tuesday, and we are on November, I believe, the 10th. Yes, 10th. Tuesday, November the 10th. It is 10:36 a.m. Eastern Time here in United States in the East Coast in Connecticut. So I'm just having a chat video today, a little crocheting. And let's see who's around, who wants to hang out. Having a cup of coffee this morning. And is about 40. Well, it's supposed to be going up to the 40s today, but it's a little corny. A little raining today, and it is cloudy. It had stopped raining. We had rain yesterday, all day, the day before yesterday all day. It's supposed to stop today, and we're getting more tomorrow. But we've been having some very good weather here. Yeah, so all the snow that we had is gone. It's melted. I knew that was going to happen because I knew since Sunday we've been in the 40s. In the mornings and in the evening, it's been, even last night, it was like low 40s. But right now, it is, let's see, 30. I believe we're in the 30s, but it's going to go up to 40. It's 39 degrees. Yeah, it's going up. So we're going to be in the highs, 45 today. I'm sorry, 46. A little bit of rain later today. Rain tomorrow. So it's going to be really nice. Tomorrow is, I'm just excited for tomorrow. It's going to be raining, but it's going to be in the 60s tomorrow. It will be 60 degrees. Can you believe that? Tomorrow. 60 degrees. It'll be raining, but it will be nice and warm. Anyway, so anybody who's watching Behind the Bushes, thank you for watching. Please don't forget the thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And anybody that is watching the replay, thank you so much for watching the replays. Hello to all my subscribers and to my returning subscribers, new subscribers. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Maribel. How are you? Okay, thank you so much. I do appreciate that. Maribel, thank you. You always come through. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great day at work and you don't work too hard. Yeah, so I did this live today unscheduled. I think those are my best lives for me because when I do schedule them, it's just not good timing. I don't know. We'll see in the future. But I think I did a live a few days ago. Oh yeah, I was in the car. I was in the car. I had to delete that live because I keep forgetting that I'm showing too much information. If I see something that I'm not supposed to be showing online for my own safety, then I need to delete that video. So in the future, I'll make sure that that part that I show in the video wasn't there, so nobody be able to track me. I hope your family's well and your grandbaby, Maribel. So Maribel, I don't know where you live. I know where you live. I'm not gonna say here on YouTube, but you're not too far from me. You're about, well, Waterbury, you're about 30 minutes. You're probably about 40 minutes from here. But tomorrow, it's going to rain still. It rained yesterday. It's going to rain today. It's been very cloudy. It's going to rain tomorrow. But tomorrow today's high is going to be high 46. But tomorrow is going to be 60 degrees. I cannot wait. I'm sorry the video looks a little bit, I'm in another room in the house because I'm actually sitting up on the bed, resting. I'm supposed to be stretching out my leg. It's just that my knees, this kind of weather doesn't help me. And so my right foot has been very stiff and stuff like that anyway. So I don't have to, give you all that information. But that's why I'm in another room so I'm trying to make this leg feel better and everything, because tomorrow I got some work to do and I need my health. I need to be stronger for tomorrow. I'm taking advantage that it's going to be 60 degrees. So anyways, I just came here to talk to you about a few things that has been in my mind, just to let the viewers or subscribers know, because we know we have viewers who don't subscribe, and that's good. That's okay too. Um, let them know what's going on. So the there's two things. There's two channels I have here, and there are two things that I'm very passionate about at the moment, and you see it in both channels. Okay, so one is, crocheting. I'll show you the blanket. I haven't done much of it, but I probably did about 6 more rows of this blanket I'm working on. And crocheting and knitting and crafty, projects and stuff like that. And then the other channel is more like gardening, prepping, food stuff, cooking and grocery shopping, grocery tips and things like that. And so when I do a project, I can only do one at a time, because if it is crafting, then that week I will not be doing too much gardening unless making sure that everything's watered. The gardening does take a lot out of me, and crafting, even though I'm sitting down, it does take a toll on my physical being, which is, my back and everything, right? Kiss. Been getting a lot of pains in my hands. I don't know why. Again, I've been getting a lot of pains in my hands. I start picking up the crochet hook, and I think less than an hour, I have to put it down. And I really want to get things done. I want to get all my FOs. I want to get all of my whips finished. So I'm going to try to do at least one video a week or two for both channels. I'm going to try to. I just have to listen to my body, and take care of myself. But this is what I wanted to say to you guys, because the past few days I've been working in the garden because of so much leaves I have to collect. And actually, not just collecting the leaves, you do have to prepare them so that, which is an easy thing to do, so that they will turn into soil for your garden for next year. I'm working hard on that because I wanted it to break down, turn to soil, at least for next garden season 2025. So at the moment here where I live, I have all of my leaves already. They're already collected, picked up. They're just, the other day I did a video on the second channel on how I was filling one of the bins with leaves. But I have so much work to do. I have 3 more bags of mine over here. Wait, I'm sorry, 5 bags. But my neighbor downstairs, she's in Brazil. And I told them about the leaves for her garden. I told her, but they don't know that you can't just leave it in a bag and forget about it. Wait till next spring. So they're all leaving. They're all leaving. The lady left already, but everybody in the first floor, they're Brazilian. They can't take this cold weather, and they're leaving. So I spoke to them the other day, and they're leaving. The rest of the people that's there, they're leaving soon. And I think it's before Christmas. So I could see why they're a little delay in leaving, because I looked up tickets to how much it'll cost for Brazil. I would like to go visit there one day. And it's like $800 one trip. So one-way trip. So anyways, I will have to take care of her leaves, because what they did was they put them in a garbage bag, which I'm doing that too, and they put them in another bag. So she has about 3 bags, and then they put all these leaves on her garden so it could decompose over the winter onto her garden. The lady's 85 years old. Next summer she'll be 86. She's not going to be, I would like to do this for her, because first of all, they're leaving. They don't know what to do. And also when she comes back, she's, she needs that ready for her. So in order for it to be ready for her, something nice I would like to do for her, I will have to take care of it for her here while she's gone in Brazil, because the leaves, you cannot let them go dry. Okay, so it's a process. You start putting them in bins, or you can get a wire chicken thing and create a circle fence or whatever. For those who are interested in, even if it's potting soil for your house plants, this is free stuff. It's so easy to do it that it will save you so much money um from the stores. Listen, I was hunting for some potting soil the other day, and I'm like, Walmart don't sell it no more. And a 1 cubic feet, I found it at Ocean State Job Lot. Still have like one pallet of, and the pallet, the 1 cubic feet Miracle Grow dirt potting soil was on top of that pallet. That's all they had. But you know what I found out? I saw is that they have still the rack of seeds there. They're still selling seeds, which I think they're going to keep them there, because in December is where online they start selling the seeds first online, and then the stores start having them next year around February. But anyways, I'm surprised that they didn't get rid of them, but they're there. So that's the only one I found, the Miracle Grow. Now, I don't want to use Miracle Grow for my growing food, I got it for actually this ivy plant. I got to talk to you guys about this ivy plant. Is amazing what she's survived. But going back to the leaves. So my friend, when she comes back from Brazil, they won't be ready for her unless I do it. So now I got to take care of hers and mine. And so every week you got to check them and make sure that they're still moist. They don't have to be drained wet, moist. So they have to be wet. If not, it's going to take longer for them to compost. They're going to take longer to break down. They could take 2 years. It takes 2 years for them to break down if you don't do it, if you don't wet them and you just let them sit there. Anyway, so I have to do hers and mine. And then I'm resting today because I have to go. I was going today, but today is right now 39 degrees. I think the high is going to be 46. And it's already going to start to rain soon here. The last time I have to go to my daughter's house because she's still, I haven't even, I still have a lot of work to do with all the leaves she has at her house. Tons and tons and tons. So tomorrow, since it's going to be 60 degrees, I will be going tomorrow. Even though it's going to rain, that's fine. I'm not scared of water. I have a rain jacket. It's going to rain, and that's fine as long as my hands are not going to freeze because it's going to be 60 degrees. So I will be working in the rain tomorrow. I also want to go plant some garlic. This is the right time of year to plant garlic and to plant your onions. So because even though your dirt will harden in the winter, that's okay. People plant it now, and then when spring comes, they're going to start to sprout and grow. So now I want to do that with my garlic this year at my daughter's house because she was no help hardly with the garden last year and some things died. So at least with the garlic and the onions, I could just put them in there, set them, forget them to next spring. Hi, Jackie. How are you? From Handcrafted by Jackie, Crochet and Addie. How are you in knitting? Good morning. Thank you for being here. So this is hard labor. This is hard labor. Let me show you the blanket and I'll continue talking. So this is the blanket I'm still working on with this humongous yarn here that this yarn I show you guys. So I'm still working on this blanket and other projects, not just this blanket. But I bought this, I don't know, 4 years back or something like that. This huge, big anniversary cake. It's bigger than my head. You can see that. But the colors are turning. I'm on green right now. The colors are looking so nice. These colors together, and also they go great together. So here's where I'm at right now. So I finished the front post, back post right there. It was when I spoke to you last. Now I'm doing the single crochets here. I'm going to do a few more rows. So this is going to be a blanket with different stitches, different kinds of stitches. So, you know, the moss stitch, I started with just a chain of 100. I said in my other video, I think it was like 120, something like that. And anyways, I did the moss stitch first. I did the first 2 rows in the bottom is the moss stitch. And then double crochet, and then front post, back post, and now I'm on the single crochet right here. So I like these colors. Colors are going to come out nice. This blanket is going to be for me. So that's what I'm working on. The problem with this yarn is it's causing me some pain, and I have to work on it just like an hour. This is a bulky. I never had a problem with a bulky number 5, but I'm using the number 8 crochet hook, and I find that it causes me pain after working on it for a while. But I got to get these things done. So I hope everybody's doing well. Hope you guys having a great week so far. It's only Tuesday. I'm going to be uploading. I still have to do my faith. For those who are interested, Tuesdays I do a video for the Lord. So it's called Hope, Faith, and Life. So that would be later today. Here I'm just having a chit chat with you guys, letting you guys know a few things. Let me know if you could hear that noise in the background. So people are working outside. So I'm doing, so that's what happens if I'm working in the garden. I have to take care of myself to recover from the pain, because it does. Everything causes me pain, and this is why I can't stop doing things. I just got to keep moving in life, because that's just part of my life. That's just part of my life at the moment. So I got to continue. So I think it's very important, that what I'm doing, whether it's crafting is important, because a few for the end of this year, I would like to do things, give people, donate, and people that needs hats and scarves in this time of year. So I think it's important that I do that. Also, it's important to me because it makes me feel good. It's therapeutic for the days that I am not feeling well, and I could sit here and crochet, and sometimes I wish I could have somebody sitting here with me and doing crafts, but that's not possible, because no one here that I know and my family do any. Well, my niece does crocheting. My niece, she lives in a town above from here, and actually, when I was with her for Thanksgiving, she wanted me to teach her a few things. So she wants to make a granny square blanket, because she loved the blanket that I made for her nephew's baby, which is her great niece. Is that how you say it? So it's her nephew's baby, and I made that beautiful granny square. If you guys don't remember, I showed it to you guys with a granny square blanket for that baby, and she showed me this video of when the baby had the blanket with her. And the little ducky, I made a lovey for it to match the blanket. Anyways, the little girl fell in love with it. She kept just taking the duck and kissing it, and showing it to her mom and kissing it. And when I saw that video, it kind of pushes you to, oh man, this is great. This brings a smile to someone's face, even if it's just a little baby. She's 1 year old. She's a little older now than 1, but she's 1 in a few months. But when I saw how happy she was in the video, she couldn't send me the video because she doesn't know how to send the video. Somehow, my niece knows how to send videos. What happens is something's wrong with that phone. Somehow she can't send me the video. But she decided to show it to me in person, and she had no audio. So she said, oh, I wish you could hear her, how excited she was. But I saw the expression in her face. She's so cute, adorable. those are the, when I see things like that, kind of motivates me to continue, and bless children and other people. So my niece said, "Hey, I love that blanket you made for her. I want to make one. Can you teach me?" And I was like, "Oh, sure. We could hang out, and one day you're not working, I could come to your house." I said, "It's very easy, granny square blanket. There are videos on YouTube, but it'd be fun if you and I could do it together." She has a basket full of yarns. That's how she got one little basket like this. So she hasn't crocheted in, excuse me, in a lot of years. So that's why she wants me to go teach her. So I might just have a crochet buddy. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be something she's gonna do like us. We do it, some of us, almost every day. Um, because she works. But so other than that, I will be visiting the senior center here, and they have a crochet group and a knitting group and a sewing group. So let's see how that's gonna work out. Um, let's see. Let me check the chat room. Okay, so she says computer's a little slow. I have been avoiding my garden. It really needs attention. Pretty color. Thank you. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to. Thank you for sharing that. Oh yeah. The garden is just really hard work. It is. It's worth it though, right? But it takes me days to recover from the garden. Yes, that's what I was just saying, that when I work in the garden, I can't work on crocheting because I'm working with my whole body for the garden, not just, you know what I mean? Not just, my hands and, standing there and bending and all that stuff. Now, the reason I do it is because I think it's important. I think it's important to grow at least some of your food, and to learn how to do it, and to teach your family how to do it, your grandkids, your kids, so when you're not here anymore, they could, and let's say a recession or something happens, uh or something happens, prices go sky high, and nobody could afford this and that, and that's why I do it, because ever since the prices went high here for groceries, I skipped the produce department most of the time. And so that's why it's important for me to grow. And also, not that I want to skip the produce department, it's just because I have a budget for food, and I can't take something from this part of group of food for produce. So spring summer comes, that gives me a chance to um grow my own, even if it's not a big garden. It's not a big garden because I don't own my own house, but I have been given permission to do a garden here. So at least I tried. I'm trying. And so now in the winter, I do have a winter garden, which I was a little nervous just last week, last Friday or Thursday. Last week we had a frost already, and then we had a second frost, and then we had snow. So I was a little, when I went to the garden, I was a little sad because I didn't cover it on time. I didn't pay attention to frost, the weather. So I need to. So anyways, that's the dirt was hard as a rock, and let me tell you, those lettuces are strong. And kale, yes, because they survived through like a 19 degrees, 17 degrees. And so anyways, I got plastic and I got tarp, and I'm covering them now. But I was blessed last night. I didn't need to cover them because it was only like 30 degrees or something. 30 degrees. I don't have to cover my garden here, because unless it's snowing or something like that, because these type of plants, these crops I'm growing, tolerate that kind of weather. But even my water was my rainwater was frozen, and so I was a little discouraged. And then someone in the community, the homestead community, encouraged me with some words in one of the comments in my video. I was saying, I don't know if I could do this. I was a little sad, because after all the hard work. And then one lady said, don't give up. That happens here to me too. The only difference this year that she has a greenhouse and, blah, blah, blah. But she said, don't give up. Just keep covering them. They're going to perk up. They're going to come back up. And the soil will be soft again. And it was true. I mean, I'm glad I didn't give up, because a few days later, the weather was in the 40s. And so the rainwater ice melted the ice on the top. The one on the bottom of the bucket inside didn't freeze. It's just the top. So now I know to cover my rainwater. And actually, I got to put another bucket there tonight, because all my rainwater buckets are full. So I need to put another bucket there until I get a big trash can to collect water. But right now, I had to use that trash can I did have for leaves. So anyways, I have another 5-gallon bucket I'm going to put today. We're getting rain all day today, the rest of the day today, and then tomorrow all day. So I really want that rainwater. So anyways, I went and I uncovered the garden, and they were doing good. They were doing better. Butter crunch lettuce is what I'm growing. Freckle lettuce, Russian red kale, regular primary kale. And I am having the back here, another kale growing in the back porch, and cabbage. I have the seedlings. They're getting taller. So I'm going to be, not cabbage. Is that one cabbage? Yeah, that is cabbage. No, that's cauliflower. That's not cabbage, guys. I think that's cauliflower. So I am going to be, they're doing very well outdoors, all of them. And I'm happy with that. I am doing this all by myself, guys. I have young people in my family that are, decades younger than me, that can't help, but they don't want to. They choose not to. It's not their thing. My grandson helped me in the summer with the heavy stuff and stuff like that, but they didn't want to bother with the garden as far as watering and stuff like that. The only thing I'm going to grow at my daughter's house next year is probably just the onions and the garlic. Anyways, I rescue my butternut squash. I have it right there in the hallway. I took her out of my daughter's garden, and which is my garden. It's not really hers. I'm just using her yard. And then I'm going to, my niece, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I try to move. And then I rescued her, put her in a pot, and I brought her here. And I'm going to trying to find, I got to get some dirt from one of the pots over there to use it for the butternut squash, because I don't want to use Miracle Grow for food. So the soil I have at my daughter's house, I myself created that soil. I made it with pea moss, with compost, and I forgot something else. It's in a video. I made my own soil, so it's not really like from the store. Well, those things I bought was from the store, but I made my own. You guys know what I'm saying. So I'm a little bit skeptic. I don't know if you guys who are here are gardeners could let me know, but I'm a little skeptic of using Miracle-Gro potting soil unless it's organic for food. So, hey, Mary, how are you? How you doing? Good to see you too. How you been? You been busy? How's your aunt doing? I hope she's doing well. I've been praying for her. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome. So, So I am. Thank you guys. Don't forget the thumbs up as you come in. Everything I do, I'm just trying to be in this, just to inspire people out here. Whether it's crochet, whether it's knitting, whether it's cleaning the house, whether it's cleaning my refrigerator. I was cleaning my refrigerator yesterday. I came to the conclusion in my life right now, until the Lord heals me, because I've been through injections. I've been through taking medication. I've been through physical therapy. I've been through it all, guys. I've been doing what I can to get better. So that's why I'm working my health, because I'm like, I'm still the same. So I'm like, okay, now I need to eat better. I need to lose this weight, and the garden is going to save my life. So, and I realized that no matter what I'm doing, I'm going to still experience what I'm experiencing with my body. So because I was like, should I quit? Should I quit doing the garden? And then I was like, no, I can't quit. I can't quit. This is what's going to give me my exercise. This is what's going to give me the push to eat better. This is going to give me the knowledge, skills, trial and errors to be a better gardener and do better, see what works, what doesn't work. Also, I have go just to my porch or downstairs and cut a head of lettuce if I want, or kale if I want for my smoothie. It's just so awesome. I just think that's so awesome that you just go to your yard and get your produce. So that's amazing to me. Although I didn't grow a lot of food, but I got to eat my own peppers. Let me tell you, the peppers the last pepper I harvest was about what are we in December? Was in October. And the peppers from the store, when you put them in the refrigerator, you can't leave them too long because they get old fast, right? I just was cleaning out my refrigerator and forgot this half a pepper I had there. Sometimes you put stuff in the refrigerator and you just forget about it because something else is hiding it. You know what I mean? You guys know what I mean. So I found the pepper because I'm cleaning out my refrigerator and cleaning it. And guess what? I ate that for breakfast today. I couldn't believe, with some scrambled eggs, I couldn't believe that the pepper was still good 2 months later. And that is not a store pepper. That is a pepper I grew. So that keeps me going. And I think it's important to learn these things because in case you need to do it yourself one day. So I decided I'm not going to complain no more. I'm not going to, because I'm not doing anything by doing that. I am going to hell my end to the bargain of what I told the Lord. I'm going to, the days I do gardening, that's already exercise, guys. That is a lot of exercise for me. And then on the days I don't do gardening, I rest a few days, then I'm going to start walking at the park. And that's what I've been doing. Last night, I did exercise on my bed. Laying down. I did exercise. You could do exercise on your bed. I did my arms. I did my legs. Yeah. So I decided that because no matter what I'm doing, I'm just going to keep going. I can't. What am I supposed to do? Lay down in bed and do nothing? I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to keep it going. That's it. And one of these days, who knows when, I'm going to feel better and I will share it with you guys. But what also brings me joy and happiness is the crafting and the garden. The garden brings me joy and happiness. A thread, a yarn, and a hook. You can make something beautiful like this. You can make clothing. This matter of fact, guys, I gotta make hats for myself. My hats are 4 to 5 years old. My hats are old, and this one, even though it's about that time, 4 years ago or something like that. I don't know, it's 4 or 3 years ago. I need new hats because after a while, you wear and tear, guys, right? Wear and tear, so it gets a little looser. I put it on so many times, and then get a little bit of fuzz stuff, which you could just get one of those machines. But I need new hats. I need a new hat. I'm wearing the same old hat every day. I'm wearing my pink hat, which I love that hat. I think I'm going to make another one of those. I love that hat. So And I love this hat. And somebody else loved it and asked me to make them one, and I haven't done it yet. But it's so hard to make commitments because of my situation. But it's just like garden. I put a seed in the ground or in a pot, and I just see it creates this beautiful vegetable or flower. You know, there was one sanias flower that only came up out of a lot of sania seeds. I had put, I think, in one pot. I forget how many I put, but it was more than one for sure. It must have been like 10. And they didn't come up except one. And I thought I was never going to see that flower bloom because I didn't give up. I was patient with it. I started her in spring, guys. And then if you go see my video, I didn't see her bloom until the fall. She did not bloom until the fall. But all I kept saying was a stem and leaves, stem and leaves, stem and leaves. And she grows about maybe 3 feet tall, maybe 2.5 feet, something like that. Okay, she grows tall. And stem and leaves, and stem and leaves. You have to have patience. You just kept watering her and taking care of her, fertilizing her, and boom. I don't know why it took so long. It was March is when I started her from seed. She bloomed in September. So I got to see her bloom. Best of all, my neighbor downstairs got to see her bloom because she doesn't grow flowers. She has these very old flowers she has in pots over here that they don't do anything anymore. But she mostly grows produce and herbs. But I got a surprise for her next year because these marigolds that I planted this year, I plant them, the short ones at my house, the tall ones at my daughter's house, which I didn't know they were gonna. I didn't know that I had the short ones and she had the tall ones. I thought I had the tall ones. So, anyways, they grew to be almost 4.5 feet tall, beautiful, and I gave her some of those. I have so many seeds from those flowers that I don't need any for years to come. But I gave her some. Me and her, we share from the garden. That's a beautiful thing about crafting and gardening, right? They just have, they're similar in some ways because crafting, you're sharing with people, you give out giveaways, people give out, they do tutorials, they they do patterns, right? And you share your ideas, you make stuff and you share it and you teach people, whatever, right? You bless people with stuff. It's the same thing with the garden. It brings people together, just like crochet and garden brings people together. The garden I met people through gardening this year. And the beauty of it, you share with them. Because they will share with you things you're not growing. And then you share with them the things they're not growing and they want. The lady downstairs ate the yellow summer squash for the first time because I gave it to her. She said she never ate one before, ever. And so that's the beauty of it. And then you get to feed people. you get to keep people warm with yarn, and then you keep to feed people. And so because I did that, one day I got a surprise at my door where somebody left me a bag of beans. They were still in the, how you call that, in the shell? It's not a shell. In the pot. Not a pot you cook, pot, P-O-D. It was still in there. It was a bag full of them. And I didn't know what it was at first because I never grew them. And I'm like, who left this at my door? Because the lady downstairs don't grow beans. Who left these at my door? And at first I thought they were beans. I thought they were green beans. You know how they got the green beans and then got the yellow ones? That's what I thought. So I just put them in the refrigerator and I got busy with the garden, stuff like that. And one day I decided to take them out the refrigerator to can them. I was going to can them. But lucky, I decided to open one. Because I put it in because when she gave it to me, they weren't hard. They were soft. So I thought they were yellow beans. Not beans, like rice and beans. No, not those kind of beans. but like green beans. I thought they were the yellow one. But then I decided, what is this? And they had a line aside, and I opened them, and they were beans. They were I still got them here because I dried them because I'm going to grow them next season. So that's the beauty of it, that somebody left me a bag of beans at my door downstairs and didn't leave a note. So I think that maybe her daughter has a garden at her house. I don't know, but somebody left me a bag of beans, and now I got beans that I could use in my garden next year. They weren't I guess because I took so long, they weren't good enough to eat, to boil. They were too small. So I dried them, and I'm putting them away for next garden season. Let me get back to the chat room and see what's going on there. So the crafting world and the garden world, it's they build communities, and they're a blessing, a sort of blessing to people. Like we make hats and we give them away. We make scarf and give them away, right? We make clothing. Or you make clothing for yourself and your family. And the same thing with the garden is you bless somebody with something without, even asking for anything back. You're like, here, I grew some tomatoes, or here, I grew this, here, cucumbers. I gave some people tomatoes, cucumbers this year, and then you come and see somebody's leaving food at your door. This is awesome. So you feed each other. And some people might think like that's not a big deal. Well, if somebody gave you a bag of beans, well, actually it was 2 bags because it was one inside the other. It was a lot, but to me is a big deal. To me is a blessing because I didn't ask for it. I didn't have to pay for it. Now I got all these beans that I'm using as stees, and I'm going to be growing a big bush, a big thing of beans next year for free beans for me to eat and my family. So yes, I think it's not, people don't see it as a big deal, but it's a blessing because it is a gift that keeps giving, just like crafting. It's a gift that keeps giving, right? Crafting, sometimes you go to thrift stores and party people that have passed, their family don't want the blankets. It's sad how many blankets I see at the thrift store for $2, $3. I'm talking about a blanket that probably is worth $200, $300. And so now this person is gone, probably with the Lord, who knows, right? And now it's sitting at a thrift store where somebody sees it and is going to be blessed by it because they're going to buy it and use it. You see, it just keeps giving. It's the same thing with gardening. It just is giving for you, your community, and then especially if you guys have community gardens in your area where you live, it's great to participate, donate seeds if you don't want to grow them yourself, or just bring your own seedlings and plant them there because they'll let you plant them. And they don't even tell you have to come back and water them and take care of them. They'll be like, no, listen, we just want you to help us. Just give us some plants so we could feed this community, and you don't have to come back and do anything. We're going to take care of it. So they got volunteers that take care of it. You could go and take care of it too if you want to, but they're not expecting you to do it. They just want people to come and help out. And so by you doing this, people come into that garden. They couldn't buy salad that week, or they couldn't buy a few tomatoes that week, or whatever. There is a community garden there that they could go and get it for free. All right, let me check the chat room really quick. Everybody's saying good morning to Mary. She's saying hello to everybody else. The cancer has spread and she's in hospice at this time. Oh, she's still in hospice. Yes, I that's the last update I got from your channel. You were sharing with other people, and we just got to keep praying, and whatever's the Lord's will is His will. I pray that she gets healed, but Yeah, so just let her know that there are people, praying for her. A lot has happened in November. My husband also lost his. Oh, oh wow! Sorry to hear that. My condolences, uh, to you guys and his family. We're doing a Bless Cookie Connection 24. So if you have a great recipe, let me know. Okay, thank you for sharing. I used to bake a lot of cookies for this time of year, especially for my nieces and nephew. My oldest was younger. I used to always do it for the kids and stuff like that. But basically, I love to do the sugar cookies, which they don't want now anymore. They want like chocolate chip cookies, or not just sugar cookies. But I used to do sugar cookies and decorate them and stuff like that. But I'm the only one that really likes sugar cookies now, and they want some other kind of cookies. But I will see. I don't have a recipe that I made up myself. I get it from the website or cookbooks, but I'll see. It is exercise. Yes, it is. When it comes to the gardening, I have started trying to do just a little bit each day. Yes, yes. That's all you can do. And that's what I do. I do until I can't do no more. You do have to listen to your body and take a break, or just just go home and relax and take care of your body until, the next day or the following day. There are days I don't touch the garden for 2 or 3 days. And by the grace of God, it's still growing. So you could take a break and take care of yourself. I don't have much of a green thumb. I'll stick to the crochet, but I applaud people that can grow things. Awesome. I don't have a green thumb neither. I think I probably was blessed by my mom had a green thumb. I think I shared this already. My mom she had a green thumb. And but my mother never grew a vegetable. She grew plants. She loved house plants, outdoor plants, and they did beautifully. So I don't know. Maybe I get it from her. Who knows? It's amazing how much food you can get from just one little seed. That's why I'm saving my butternut squash, because even though maybe somebody might be thinking, Elaine, you're putting too much effort, too much, you're going overboard with that one little squash that's all survived in your garden. Well, that little one squash came from a seed of a butternut squash from the grocery store. So that butternut squash from the grocery store gave me 200 seeds, and I dried them and saved them. Then I went and planted this one, and I planted her late. I planted her in the mid of July. So it was her and butternut squash and the zucchini, which I didn't get much zucchini at all because I guess I didn't water her enough. And then, but I did get a few of the summer yellow squashes, which I did them at the same time as the butternut squash. But for my own defense, the butternut squash, I did the mistake by planting her at my daughter's house. So that's why I have five plants that came up from that one, but only 4 died. By the time I went back to my daughter's house, 4 died. And that little one was like, you ever remember the cartoons, that little train that, oh my gosh, my grandson used to watch it. You guys know what I'm talking about. That the little train that, he pushed himself, that he could do it. Well, I forget the name of that. But anyways, it's been a long time, guys. So, the little train that could do it, I'm not sure. This is how I see this butternut squash. This butternut squash made it. And it's still cold outside, and she's still making it. So if a plant is going to make it, who am I to kill it and let it just sit out there and be like, and that's me thinking, coming from my mom who grew stuff. And, I just can't let a plant, I just can't kill it intentionally. If I killed it unintentionally, that's different. But yeah, so I'm like, I'm taking you home and we're going to save you, because she's already turning orange. She's already orange. I don't think she's going to get any bigger. Hold on a second. Hi, Jeanette. How are you? Let me just catch up and I'll show you the plant. So this butternut squash that I'm growing, she might have a little less than 200 seeds because she's not as big as the one. She's a little halfway there, like the one I bought. The size of the one I bought in the grocery store wasn't that big neither. It was like this much. So we'll see how many seeds she'll have, if any, inside the butternut squash. Everybody saying hi to Jeanette, and Jeanette saying hi to everybody. So I guess that's why I'm so passionate with both. Plus, I love cooking. Anything to do with food, I love it. I love cooking and stuff like that. There are days that I don't want to cook because of my knees, but even through some of those days, I cook. You know, I think cooking your meals at home is very important. But hold on a second, guys. Give me 1 minute. Talk among yourself. I'll be right back. I'm going to heat up my coffee. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. Let me show you. Hold on a second. Let me turn the camera. Okay. So, all right. All right, you can see me. So, this is the butternut squash. I do have to put her outside. So, I think that I'm going to put her out in the dirt for another month. But the stem is already turning the color that it has to be turned. And I think she's ready. But this is her right here. And I don't think it's going to be edible. But I just want the seeds. And next year, I'm going to make sure I plant them on time. Now, for the people who don't have a green thumb, I recommend this plant. It's an outdoor and indoor plant, okay? I wouldn't leave her in the winter out there. But this ivy plant has just amazed me. My daughter bought it to me this year around springtime. She bought it for me this year around springtime, and she was this little. She was like this in a pot, okay? So I had her in the house for a couple months, and then I decided, it's like a housewarming present she gave me. So I decided to put her outside because she had these little bugs in there, right? These nags that, they're just annoying. So, but I know what to do for them this winter. They're not, well, anyways, they shouldn't be around at this time of year. But next spring and summer, you put sand on your dirt on the top, and you won't have those bugs in your house. But I put her outside because these stupid bugs, right? Not thinking anything. And I left her there. You know when I brought her in? Just a few nights ago. This plant has survived through a 17-degree weather outside without me covering her. I brought her in real quick and I put her outside again to get a lot of rain. It's been raining to get rid of rainwater. But look, this plant, if you look up ivy plant, it's a plant that you don't have to make a lot of fuss with it. And you only fertilize her once every 6 months. So if you bought she has marigold grow. soil. So the one I bought, it's already fertilized for 6 months. So she needs to be fertilized because it's been more than 6 months. So I'm going to show you her now. Remember, she was this big. She just was this little thing. And I put her outside. Look at this girl. This girl does not die. And look at her. Look how long she is. She is so beautiful. She is beautiful. And she survived a 17 degrees. It was the lowest here so far this year. This fall. It's not winter yet. Right? Look at her. So I bought this, my daughter bought it for me at a grocery store, had a flower shop. And she bought it for me there, and she was a baby. And she does better outdoors. So I am going to put under the grow light indoors. She doesn't need a lot of light. It says it on the little thing, tag. And I think I lost the tag. I have her outside because I bought dirt for her because I don't want this pot in here from outside because you don't want to bring in the ants and little bugs that want to hide there for the winter. Okay. So you always when you're bringing your plants from outdoors, house plants back inside, you need to transfer them out of that pot, leave that dirt outside and put new dirt if you don't want those bugs. Let me bring her back outside because she is wet. Hold on a second. All right, I'm here, guys. All right, so if that is the plant I recommend for people who don't do well growing things, growing plants. The ivy plant is invasive though. People do grow them outdoors. You grow them outdoors. If you don't have it in a pot, some people put it in the ground, but then you ever saw those brick houses? A picture of a house that has this plant crawling all over it and all that. And I saw one that was an ivy plant in person in Waterbury, Connecticut. This house, this lady, whoever's the owner of the house, did this intentionally. The ivy plant just grew all over that house. It was beautiful. So she's like the mint plant. They will be invasive, so you have to contain them in a pot or in the lady downstairs. She grows mint in the summer, and what she does is she has it in ground, but she put some, I don't know if it's wood or something to block it from growing out. But the ivy plant is an excellent plant for beginners and for people who forget to water it, who forget to give it some sunlight, because she could do very well without water for a while, although the tag says you can't, that's one of the plants you can't overwater. You can't water a lot. It says only water when the top of the dirt, which I recommend putting your finger in the dirt, at least an inch in. If it's dry, then water it. But that's one of the plants you could just set it and forget it at times. But it grows beautiful, as you can see. So I can't wait till I bring her in. I was just thinking about where I'm going to hang her, but I have to hang her somewhere. So yeah, the ivy plant, I'm glad she bought it for me because when we moved, to her house when the day before I broke my ankle. I mean, the day after I broke my ankle. Because I broke my ankle, I couldn't help with the moving. So I have 4 plants at her old house. And, uh, you're in a lot of pain. So you're going to the hospital, you're going to doctors, you're forgetting about the plants. And one day I remember about the plants. I said, hey, what did you do with the plants? Can you believe she kept 2 in well, one was hers, 2 were her, and 2 were mine. She kept them in a trunk. And they were almost dead. I showed in a video, and I brought those plants back to life. She still have them today. But my ivy plant, she had already given the landlord the key and everything. I said, you left my ivy plant. That one was growing really nice. And so we tried to get the landlord to let her in and get it, but they said that whatever was in there is not there anymore. So, and that's why she bought me another one too, because she know how much I love that plant. So yeah, so if you guys love to decorate your home or your porch with some nice, you would love to grow some plants, and that's one of them that you could try out, and you could find them anywhere. We found it at the grocery store, but my daughter had bought it for me too before it was at Walmart. So right now you're not going to find plants. You're only going to find the Christmas ones. But next spring you'll find it. Yeah, so that's the story about that. So that's what I've been doing right now. I'm resting. Actually, I was thinking of going to my daughter's house today and deal with the garden over there and the leaves, but it is going to rain again, and it's colder today, 20 degrees colder than it was going to be tomorrow. So I just went outside, and it's a little nasty out there. So I'm going to wait till tomorrow and do some work over there. So yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys and let you guys know that I'm trying my best here, but I miss crocheting and knitting at times. I hate when I had to put things down, because I do have the gloves for my hands. It's just that we had to move things around, and I have them in a tote that I had. It's in a tote, so I had to find them for my hands. So when I'm crocheting, I will wear them so that way my hand won't hurt so much. I started cross stitching too about a couple of weeks ago, and I had to stop that too because of my hands. But what are you gonna do? You're gonna sit and complain, or you're just gonna keep going? Thank you for being here. You too, Jackie. Have a good one. Oh yeah, it's raining there too. Yeah, we've been having rain for the past. It rained the day before yesterday. Today I didn't think it was supposed to rain. But it showed the forecast. I just saw it. Sometimes you look up the weather, and 2 days later it's different. So it's in the forecast. Plus it looks wet out there. I think it already started to rain. So and then we're having rain tomorrow all day. All day, from the morning, from the time I get up, I'm going to be up, it's going to already be raining. So I think it's going to rain. My daughter, my youngest, she didn't notice it was raining last night, which I told her. I said, hey, I had to bring in, I'm going to go uncover the garden because it's raining and I want the rain to hit it. And then, so she forgot I told her that. So she walked into the living room where we have the windows that are in the ceiling. And she said, oh, it's raining. Oh, I'm going to sit here. And she sat on the sofa. She said, I'm going to sit here and chill with you and look at the rain. I said, I told you it was raining. But anyways, there's no more snow. We got up this morning. We're outdoors before the sun rises. And all the snow is gone here. There's no more snow. So the nice weather took it and the rain took it for now. I think that for me, I'm going to continue the garden because it gave me hope that tomorrow's going to be 60 degrees. We'll see how winter is going to do. But I don't know. I think we're going to have some really cold days and snow days, but I think we're going to have some very weird days too, where we're going to have temperatures that it's not expected for the winter, So we will see. And hopefully that will happen because it's helping my heating bill. Days like tomorrow, we'll have the heater off all day. When I'm home and I'm the only one home, um, I turn off the heater in the other rooms and I leave the heater on where I am in the room I am in. But I have it like in 64 on 64 degrees or something like that. Yeah. So trying to bring that bill down from last year. So this is what I'm working on right now. And I had to be working on my other projects as well. The only thing I don't like that I did with the front post, back post, I might not do it again for this blanket. I might do it. I started with the back post. And it makes the blanket looks like this. So I should have, the next row, if I'm going to use this stitch, I will start with the front post. Because, hold on a second. Let me see if I can show you. I don't know if you see a little difference from here to here. And that's because this is the back post. See, this is the back post. This is the front post. So this is going in more. And you stretch it out. It looks fine. But it's a little bit like it's curving a little bit. It almost looks like you don't have a stitch there, but you do. See what I mean? So next time I'm just going to start with the front post in the first row and see if I could do that. But this is going to be a beautiful blanket. I can't wait. You know, when you want to wear it like this as a blanket around your shoulder, it's going to look nice. I can't wait. It's going to look nice. Love the colors. So pretty. It's going to be thick. That's for sure. But yeah, well, that's what's going on here. Let me see. Oh, I've been over an hour. Well, I want to thank Jeanette, Jackie, Mary, and Maribel, all those that came in. Thank you. Anybody watching behind the bushes. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. And I know my last video, my last live, for those who saw it, because I deleted it, I did express about not feeling so well because things that are going on in the news. But good news is they caught the person. They caught and it's sad because the guy is young, the shooter for the who shot the CEO of United Healthcare. And it turned out to be that he had back surgery. I don't know. They're still investigating. I think he wanted to get caught because, first of all, you know that in restaurants there's cameras and people are going to recognize you. He already knew they put out a picture of him. Plus, he still kept the pew pew with him, and then he had a he had it with him, and usually that's rare, right? They get rid of it fast. So I think he wanted to get caught. It's very sad because he's only 26, and it's nobody wins here. It's sad in both sides, you know. That the CEO, Brian, what was his last name? Thomason, had a family, and he was only the CEO for 3 years. And I don't know what's going on with the healthcare, but I don't think it gives the person the right to do that, even though you're having problems with paying your insurance or the insurance paying for your medical bills, whatever it was. Well, there's a lot of people on here on TikTok, YouTube, have expressed how they felt about the whole situation. And I guess there's a lot of people out there angry with the healthcare companies. But to my surprise, I couldn't believe the feedback. I couldn't believe what they were saying. I was like, like making this man a hero. And it's crazy to think that way. We just have to be careful, guys. Let me tell you something. Watch your surroundings. For those who, I'm sorry, I don't mean to point. I talk with my hands sometimes. When I was in my garden just 2 days ago, you could hear me. It's in the morning. It's 8 a.m. or 8 something. There was this weird guy hanging around me. And you can see him. You can see him a little bit in my video, really quick. And then I didn't notice he was there until I started walking towards the lettuce raised bed. And when I looked, this guy standing there. It's Sunday. It was Sunday. Standing there. The building he's staring at is closed. And I guess when he saw me coming, because I saw him walk by at first. He just walked by and I'm like, went on my own business, doing my own thing, working on the garden, making this video. So I put my tripod on the porch and I put the phone to record while I'm working in the garden, whatever. And so I started working in the garden, but I stepped back a little bit away from the garden, like 10 feet, to get rainwater to water my plants. When I turned around, he was back there again. He was literally 15 feet away from me. He was too close to me. And I felt awkward. I feel like, okay, girl, pay attention to this man. This is weird, you know? And Sundays, there's hardly no people around here on Sundays. Everybody's home, or they're going to get ready to go to church, whatever it is. But usually Sundays, less people, less traffic out there, right? You see them a lot shopping in the grocery store, stuff like that. But in residential areas, you don't see a lot of people out and about. So he's standing there, and when he saw me, that I saw him, he changed his face like this, and he started like if he was looking, admiring the building. Like looking at the building like this, admiring it, like, ooh, doo, 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 doo. You know, like, oh, you know, let me play it off. And I was like, you could hear me in the video saying, I don't know why this guy's there. So I went about my business. Another car pulled in, so I wasn't worried that he was going to do anything to me. This was a weird day. So I water my plants, whatever. I'm done with the garden. Right. I did also in a second video. I went to the back. I did the garden. I went to the back where I have some of my leaves. So I was doing a video teaching how to, what to do after you collect your leaves. And so I was, had a big toe, was drilling holes in it. And here comes this man. And you can see that I paused in the video. I'm leaning on the car and I'm not talking and I'm not moving because I'm watching this man who jumped from one yard to the other, from the next yard to my yard, and this tall man. And then he did not only walk into our driveway, he literally stopped and started looking at all the cars that were there. And I kept my eyes on him because I'm outside by myself. And I had the drill gun with me, right? Because I was drilling holes in the thing and I just had it on my hands. I had scissors with me and I was like, okay, what is going on today? First is the man in front of the house. He was wearing all black, had sunglasses. It wasn't even sunny. And he had a black cap. Then here comes this man into our yard, then to our driveway, and start looking at all the cars while he knows I'm standing there. And then he walks away. I'm like, okay. I continue my work. Finish the video. My neighbor downstairs comes out. And I am by the trash can throwing out some stuff. And he comes right out. And I said, hey, I want it because I know he's going to Brazil. I said, can you tell your mother that I'm so sorry I missed her? I didn't get to say goodbye to her. But, I gave him a message for his mother. But then guess what? While we're talking, the guy comes back. The same guy with all black on. And so he's walking in front of the driveway. We're in the middle of the driveway and this is the driveway. We are here. He's walking on the sidewalk where the driveway is, but he kind of looks at us and he acts like he's on the phone and he's looking at us. This is the same guy 30 minutes ago was on the other side looking at me. And then he was looking at me. So I don't know if he was going to wait to see to steal my tripod with the phone. I don't know what it was. So then I'm standing there. Now I'm freaking out because he's walking by and he stops and he's like walking by slowly and looks at us while we're talking. And I had just finished telling, when I saw him, I told the guy, hey, there's something weird about that guy. And I told him what happened. So the guy went like this, right? He didn't think nothing of it until he saw the guy come back. So I'm meeting him. I'm talking about his grandmother, Brazil and all that. And here he comes back the other way. He comes back. Because when I told him, hey, that guy's weird. That guy was watching me earlier. And I was telling him, right? So then he goes to the sidewalk. He went like this with his shoulders, but he walked to see who he was. So he went to the sidewalk, looked. He kind of was away from where I could see him. He was in front of the house by this time. I'm still in the driveway. Then he comes back and he's like, right? So we still keep, we just kept talking. All of a sudden, he's walking back. He's walking back again. And this guy was around my house for the last 40 minutes. And I don't know what it was. So then me and the guy's talking. The guy goes back this way. And so me and him are talking. I said, listen, I'm gonna go now. Have a good trip. I hope you guys have fun in Brazil. I'll see you when you come back. So he goes to this direction the guy was going. So I don't know what happened. So I come upstairs. I have to get ready for church. This all happened in the morning. I have to get ready for church. So literally I'm upstairs 40 minutes. I get dressed for church. I come downstairs. I'm in my car. Well, my daughter's car, warming it up. And here comes a man from the front of the house, really tall, man number 3. Really tall, and he comes into the driveway and he knows I'm sitting in my car. He's looking straight at me, and I'm looking at him like, okay, who is this guy? And so I locked the door. I said, it's probably visiting someone, right? So he comes and he sees me, and he's really tall guy, but different guy. These are 3 different guys. So then he comes into the first floor. Now, the car was there with the grandson. So his wife is there, his 2 children, and him. The other guy from the first floor is the dark-skinned one. He's the one I went towards where the other guy went. So the cars are there, and he acts like he's going to the first floor. I don't know if he was going to the first floor, like to visit. But literally 3 seconds later, he's walking out the porch. And I don't know what happened. Nobody answered the door. I don't know what happened. He just left. And he just kept walking away. And I just thought that was so weird. I said 3 guys in one day. But the one that I got very suspicious from is the guy all in black with sunglasses. And it was a cloudy day. But I got in my car. And my youngest was home. And I had told her, you want to go to church with me? I really didn't want to leave her here. But I didn't want anybody to ruin my day of worship with the Lord. So I said, Lord, your angels are encamping around my house. Protect my daughter, but I'm going to church to praise you. I get in the car. This happens. So when I'm in the car, I'm praying again. And I'm like, Lord, I leave it in your hands. I'm not going to let the enemy destroy my day. So you're in charge. And I go to church. I come back to church. Everything was fine. My daughter was fine. Everything was fine. I never seen those guys again. But it was weird because it was like 8 something in the morning. The other guy hanged around about 40 minutes. And then who comes into somebody's yard from another yard? I could see if you're crossing and you're going to the sidewalk. No, he just stops and looks at all the cars. And I told my daughter, you're going to have to buy an alarm for your car. And we've been wanting to get a camera for the car. So he just stood there and looked at each car. And I was like, oh my gosh, Lord, what is up with people? I could never do that and go into somebody's yard and just look at everything they have in the bag. You don't live there. You don't belong there. Anyway, just keep us in your prayers. I'm saying this keep your eyes open. Some people are weird and we don't know what they're up to. We don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? I mean, in people's minds, what they're thinking. They might be finding an opportunity to rob you. I don't know. All I know is if he would have wanted my phone, I wasn't going to fight him for it. I would have let him take my phone and be like, okay, and just call 911, come upstairs and call 911. I'm not going to die over a phone or anything because he must see the phone. You can see it from the sidewalk hanging on the porch, the front porch towards the garden. That's how I was recording. So I think maybe he wanted a phone, but then after that, he came back. I don't know. It was weird. So there are some people out there that don't have their mind right, and we need to pray for them. But, the only one I got to defend me is the Lord, because first of all, I'm like, how am I going to run? I have to use whatever I have in my hands because I can't run. I just can't run. And so I thank God that God protected us, but it was weird. And now I'm going to have to go tell my daughter every time I go to the garden, I'm going to have to tell her, listen, just keep your phone on you and pay attention. Look out through the window and make sure everything's okay, because it was weird. But anyways, guys, this video is too long. I took it to another level. I just wanted to share that with you guys really quick because I know I forget things I want to tell you. But look at this man who was going to work and just casually walked literally a few feet away from the entrance from the Hilton Inn, and he's gone and no more. So you never know what people are thinking. So pray for this world, be a blessing to someone. Thank you so much for being here. Please give me thumbs up, like, and share. I do appreciate it. And take care. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for hanging out with me. I had a good time. I hope you did too. Bye for now.